Well, hello there everyone, welcome to another YouTube video here on the channel. My name is Emily Jane. Today we are here at Heaton Depot, and that's right, we're going back to a sexier time, 2018. This is literally in the first weeks of Class 802 operation on the East Coast Main Line. So we're taking this unit here from Heaton, and we are going to be running it all the way down to Liverpool Lime Street. It's going to be a couple of part video. On this part, we're just going to prepare the unit here at Heaton and run down to Central Station with it. So let's basically get in on board and get them going. So
DWS and AWS operational.
I'm going to enable my safety systems by pressing Control D. What I'll do as well is I'm going to start my diesel motors, my GUs. There you go, and we're on diesel power. So reverser now goes forward. Headlights are set to full, as we don't have the yellow fronts on these units. And what I'm going to do is reverser forward, power on. I'm going to set my bug to the 10 mile an hour line speed within the depot, my speed restriction. Okay, blast on the horn. I've used the DO screens to dispatch myself, but moving away. I didn't add this for context. Don't know why my headlights if I'm turned on at the back. But basically, for law, that unit behind us is being worked on the roof, so the overhead line on this road's been isolated. As such, we've agreed to basically move out on diesel generator units. So what we'll do is just coast up. And we're just going to move forward. I'm going to tab that signal because I know it's bugged. Okay, all I can do is apologise for that. And just keep trucking. So hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I've had a really interesting one actually. I did my interview today for a job I'm really interested in. I'm not going to say anything to do with what it was. I think I've covered it in a previous video. And it's probably one of the hardest interviews I've done actually. Like, it was really challenging. And yeah, it was just really, it was good to be pushed and be challenged. But I'm also like, whew, that was hard work, So going straight ahead here, no calling on signal, so we're fine. We're going to drift up to the end here, bring the train to a stand and change ends. So it's basically, what we'll do is we won't be behind that shunt signal there, so we'll keep rolling. There goes a pacer. I told you it was a sexier time, guys. The pacers were everywhere. The Electras were everywhere. I wish this was seen a little bit further, so this didn't stand out as much, but you can't get everything you want. What I'll do is I'm just going to idle it now for now, and we'll just stop and beam this second lamppost here. There we go, nice gentle stop. What I'll do is, to my headlights to tail lamps, reverse it off, master key off, that's the cab secured, the DRA is now set. I'm going to change ends to the front. When I select the DSD in this cab, reset my train fault,
DWS and AWS operational.
legendary. So we'll go forward. Again, 10 in the window. And we'll just take a bit of power, get going again. So, like I say, we're going to run on this run all the way down as far as Liverpool Lime Street. It's like 200 route miles all in all. Honestly, it's one heck of a journey. But I'm really looking forward to doing it actually, and I think since the more modern renditions of the East Coast have released, I've not really come up to Newcastle much. Like when I say more modern renditions, I mean DP simulations, Northeast England. And it is just nice to come back up again and witness that, you know. So there we go. We're just going to shunt through the depot, like I say. So we'll just keep an eye on the roads that we take, make sure that we're not going to crash into anyone, but we're going nice and slow. So that shall be no factor today. So where we changed ends, that's known as the washout road. Crap! That was really weird. Keep an eye on that. So I was spamming the E key to reset the DSD, nothing happened. I was like, but then you realise it actually makes the sound when you lift your foot off the pedal. So we're gonna, yeah, looks like we're gonna route us through the wash here. Like I say, though, we basically got the authority. So the person who's actually controlling all the points here is in the shunt tower, which actually isn't modelled on this route. But basically, it's the yeah, like I say, and they just set all the routes for us, and you know, we tell them where we want to go, and they tell us where we're going, basically. What I can do is, so we could do the changeover from diesel to electric now that we're off that road. So what I'll do is go into idle, press the M key, the N key, and as in November. There you go, power change over to electric. So now running on lead pan, which is where we want to be. I did change this, I swear blindly I did. You can hear a lot quieter now, the generator units have basically been disconnected and turned off. You can see over there on the left, we've got a 37 here on a test train, 116. Looks like, is it 35 on the back in green? I'm not sure. Got HSTs, and even an X First Great Western Adelante over there waiting to be rebranded into Grand Central livery. 057 in green. Again, that loco doesn't look like that anymore. I think it's got, yeah, I think it's in proper Powerhouse livery now, and got the proper headlights as well. So just going to go down through the refueling roads. Again, we'll keep a good eye out, make sure we're not going to run anyone or anything over, because that would be bad. Yeah, overall, like I say, it's been actually a really good day for me. Like I say, I felt really challenged in that interview, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. And then I helped out on the train coming back up as well, because I was like, so I wish I had an image of me like doing the like in my outfit without my work lanyard on, but I give off strong manager vibes. Like it's like, you know, the vibe of, I'm a manager, you will listen and do exactly as I say. So I got on the train on the way back, and you know, because I always get on it at the little cafe on board, and wander down and just basically say hello to the crew and say, hey, I'm with you till this station. Can I, what, you know, do you want a hand with anything? Okay, no, all right, go down to first class, ask them, yeah, sure. Go down first class, they're all set. And, you know, just like today in particular, there was no cleaner on board, so I just took a bin back up and down the train. I'm perfectly qualified to go, any rubbish, folks, any rubbish at all, folks, any rubbish, which is quite good. I ended up getting, you know, those, yeah, and the cleaner joined at the next station because they missed their connection down, basically. I said, all right, cool, yeah, well, here's some rubbish I collected. I've done coaches G to A, go for it, have fun. Made his life easier, made everyone else's experience on board better. And all I would have done is sat instead at my iPad and been bored. So I thoroughly enjoyed it. um, so they got a, yeah, we've got a green aspect here. So as we pass this signal here, go. Speed sign here, our line speed increases to 25. Obviously we're at 10, so we've got to give it a couple of beats. Wait for the entire length of the train to go past before we can accelerate. But overall, like I say, I've had a really positive day. Like, I feel a lot more self-confident, and that's really, really important. You know, and for me, quite rare almost, I guess. Okay, what I'll do now is I'm going to notch my power up to 25. And what I'll do when we get to the next bridge here, well, actually when we get to this changeover, I'm going to go up to 40 and allow the rest of the you know, there we go, actually do it now. Now, I know you're not supposed, in theory, you're not supposed to use the speed control as a speed set, but I personally find it's just a really good way to control the speed. Because the train will brake for itself, it won't allow you to exceed that speed. And it gives us a lot more power to, you know, pay attention to the world around us. One thing I would say with that interview is my heart rate has been absolutely sky high all day. So in theory, you can go up to 60 in this area, but it drops down to a 40, and you have to start braking from at the start of this bridge if you get up to 60. So there's no point braking. But all day my heart rate's been sky high. Like yesterday, my resting heart rate was 67. My sitting down resting heart rate 67. Today, I've not been able to get it below 75. And I know that's not a massive difference, but it's just purely down to that stress and pressure of like, I want to do well, I want this job, you know? That speed restriction doesn't apply to us. See, it still says we're in a 60, which is here, but then the 40 is literally just at the start of the, well, just pop up in here in the station. Like I say, it's just not worth accelerating. We've got plenty of time. We're keeping time really well. We're gonna be arriving a little bit early, I think. So yeah, it's absolutely fine. So what I'll do now that we go past this, I'm gonna slow us down to 25. 2 and 5, 25. I've never seen that character model before, I don't think. I hear a 91. Green ahead with a fella. How cool is that? Told you we were going back to a sexier time. Oh, that sound. That ch 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 ch. It's just the sound of my childhood, man. Sound of my freaking childhood. What I'll do is just go down to 20. I do find it quite difficult with these at times to judge my throttle positioning. There we go. So we're just going to stop about 2/3 of the way down the platform here. Got green aspect. So the signals halfway down these platforms are multi-spat signals. So they basically means they actually are at quite a heightened risk of being run through at red. That's why this one here, in particular, Tango Mike 511, I think. And I remember actually reading about that in the possession notes for. Oh, it's not numbered on this, but it is. I think it's Tango Mike 511 IRL. Just gonna bring the train to a stand. What I'll do is I'll peek us around the end here. know what I'll do now that we're at a stand? I'm just going to set the doors to driver operated, even though they'd be operated by the guard. What I'll do is, so we'll just pretend time's coming to board the passengers, and we're releasing the doors. So guys, thank you for watching. We'll see you in well, this time next week to experience this journey, but heading further south all the way to York next time. See you next time, guys. Bye bye.